Welcome back to my channel. How are you doing? And my channel is Nadine's 360 Living, by the way. So how have you been coping? How have you been feeling? How have you been enjoying the great British summer? And if you're not from our side of the pond, how has the weather been where you are? Drop me a comment in the comment section below and let me know what your summer weather has been like and how you have been enjoying your summer so far. Thank you for stopping by, and today I've popped on to show you a lovely tiered tray that I have created. And I've created it using a few products from Poundland, some things that I found on Amazon, some of the items I found on eBay. So it is a tiered tray that you can make regardless to wherever you're living. You can get the items and you can make it, you can come up with your own version. It's lovely. And I really do love it because it's not a two-tiered tray or a three-tiered tray. It's a four-tiered tray. So I am so excited to show you how I made it, how it turned out. And I do hope that you'll consider clicking the subscribe button and tapping the notification bell so that you'll be alerted when I upload new content. If you do decide to try your hand at making your own four-tiered tray, just pop over to my Instagram page, TheBestMe360, and drop me a photo and let me see what you've come up with. So before I start talking anymore, let's pop right into our four-tiered tray. I know the intro to this video says summer, and I filmed this quite a while ago, but I am now doing my editing and voiceover now. It's almost Christmas. How are you doing? This is a bonus. I know that what this video is all about is my DIY four-tiered tray. Yes, you heard me correct. Four-tiered tray. Now I looked everywhere and I just couldn't find a four-tiered tray that was reasonable, that didn't cost well in excess of £100. So I watched a few lovely YouTubers just to get some ideas, and I came up with an idea to create my very own four-tiered tray. Now it's made with items that you can get from your... Over here in England, we've got Poundland, where I got some of my items. And I got some items from eBay, as I mentioned in my intro, and some from Amazon. So it's something you can make regardless to where you reside. Now, this first piece that I'm making here, this is a bonus. Because when I bought the wooden rounds to make my tiered tray from eBay, I got extras. It was more cost effective to purchase my wooden rounds in sets of 5 than to buy just the amount that I needed. So I had extras, so I decided to make a mini two-tiered tray as well as my fantastic four-tiered tray, and I just love this four-tiered tray. It is my favorite DIY that I have ever made. So keep watching, and I'm just going to use my Gorilla Glue, and I'm preparing the surface here to attach my wooden beads. Now what I found is when I put the wood glue directly on my wooden round, by the time I got round to popping on my wooden beads, the Gorilla Glue became a little bit more tacky. so that way it was able to hold the wooden beads in place a little bit better, to allow me to continue doing all of the wooden beads round. It held it in place really well. So that is what I will do from now on, always when I'm making any tiered trays, anything that I'm having to sandwich these wooden beads, or even if I'm making a riser, I will put the wooden glue onto the round or whatever surface I'm attaching my wooden beads to, because it does get not very tacky. It's almost not noticeable, but it does help to keep them in place. So here I'm just continuing, and I'm putting my wooden beads, placing them right around the outer rim of my wooden circle. So I'm just going to keep on, and I'm going to go on until I'm finished.
I guess I really don't know what Christmas is all about. Isn't there anyone who knows what Christmas is all about? I can tell you what Christmas is all about.
Chestnuts roasting, Jack Frost nipping at your nose. So I'm offering this simple phrase. Although it's been said many times, many ways, Merry Christmas to you.
We're nearly there now, nearly finished fitting all of our wooden beads around the edge of our wooden circle, and it's looking absolutely beautiful. What I find sometimes when you're placing these wooden beads on is that when you get down to the time to fit in that last bead, sometimes it just doesn't fit, and I've not found an effective way of measuring it beforehand. But what I found with this project is that it's easy to just adjust the beads a little bit, and you can basically finagle it into place. And that's what I did, and it worked out quite well, really. What I'm doing here is I'm putting glue, more Gorilla Wood glue, onto the top of my beads, and I'm doing that because I am going to put another layer on and basically make sort of a sandwich to make one of the tiers, one of the layers for my tiered tray, and that will form the base layer of the tiered tray, because the top layer I just left the wooden beads just around the edge without putting another wooden round to sandwich it onto. So you see now, that's a little wooden sandwich that I'm talking about, and this does take quite a bit of glue, but this wooden glue this wood glue, sorry, I keep calling it wooden, sorry, this wood glue, it forms a really firm bond with your wooden beads or whatever it is that you want to stick. And I found that it works for things other than wood as well, and it sticks really firmly. I mean, when it's proper dry, you can drop this on the ground and it won't fall apart. So I really do recommend the Gorilla wood glue. So I've finished that little sandwich, which will form the base. As you see, I've got 4 legs, and I got those from Amazon, and they're meant to be, I think, like mini wooden people that they're used sometimes in like school in teaching children how to count and different things like that. And I just use them as legs for my tiered trays and my risers.
I guess I really don't know what Christmas is all about.
So here I'm moving right along, and I am going to make the top tier for my bonus mini 2-tiered wooden tray. And I'm just repeating the same step as I did before, and I am applying my wood glue to the outer edge of my wooden round. And as soon as I'm finished doing that, then I will pop the beads on.
Although it's been said many times, many ways, Merry Christmas to you.
I was able to purchase these really lovely wooden beads from Amazon. So if you're in the market for wooden beads, they've got them in various sizes, and the prices aren't bad at all. I have not been able to find anywhere here in the UK where we are, I have not been able to find wooden beads for a reasonable cost anywhere really, not in the amount that you would need to do a project like this. So I think the best place to purchase them for your crafting needs, especially if you need quite a bit, is from Amazon. If you're just in the market for a small amount, I do think Hobbycraft carry wooden beads. So I'm just carrying on and I'm attaching my wooden beads all the way round my circle. And I cannot tell you, I cannot recall what is causing this extremely long wait. If I've dropped something, or I'm trying to grab something, why there's this quite long space between me putting the next bead on. But I do apologize. I did go through and try to edit out as much of that as I could, but I must have missed this bit. But I find it quite relaxing and quite therapeutic to sit down and glue these beads onto this wooden round. So you should give it a try. It is relaxing. Crafting is relaxing and it's calming, and it does bring one joy. Now, after attaching my wooden beads, after I finished all of that, what I did is I got some wooden rolling pins from Poundland, and my lovely hubby helped me to cut the ends off and get it really straight. And all I did was use this same Gorilla wood glue and I glued the wooden rolling pins in the center to make my tiered tray. And the wood glue, it forms an absolutely permanent bond, and at the end of this video you'll see how my tiered tray turned out. So I'm just finishing up, and as soon as I've finished putting these wooden beads on, then we're going to pop right in to our 4 tiered tray.
Chestnut roasting, Jack Frost nipping at your nose. So I'm offering this simple phrase. Although it's been said many times, many ways, Merry Christmas to you.
So now I've finished my mini 2-tiered bonus tray, and you will see the results after I have put the rolling pin that I'm using to create the tray at the end of this video. So now, without further ado, we're moving right along to my 4-tiered, yes, 4-tiered tray. Listen, in all honesty, this 4-tiered tray is my favorite DIY that I have done over the course of my entire life. I love it, and hopefully by God's grace it will be with me, and it will be a decor piece wherever I am, wherever I live, for the entirety of my life. I absolutely love it. So I encourage anyone to give it a go. As I mentioned before, all of the items that I have used to create this 4-tiered tray are items that I have found here in the UK, and I found some in Poundland, I found some on Amazon, and some of them on eBay. So it is a tray that can be made by anyone, if not the exact tray, some version of it, anywhere, no matter where you live. They're items that you can get from hardware stores, knick-knack shops, crafting shops, Poundland, or the like, shops like Poundland, wherever you may be. So I am going to more or less repeat very similar steps to what I did to make my bonus 2-tiered mini tray, and the only large difference is the size and also the legs that I am using for this 4-tiered tray. These legs are dolls. It's like wooden dolls that are used in teaching. I bought them off of Amazon, and the legs that I used for the mini tray come nested inside of these bits that I'm using to make the legs for the larger tray. So I've just separated them, and I'm using these more chunky pieces of wood because I think that they'll form a more sturdy base for the 4-tiered tray. So everything is being stuck together just as with the mini tray with Gorilla Wood glue, and it is absolutely fantastic Gorilla Wood glue. And this video is really old. I did it ages ago, last year to be exact. We're now in 2022. I have been meaning to post this and have been trying to post it for absolutely ages, but finally I am getting it done, and I really do hope that you enjoy it, that you love it, that it inspires you to go out there and craft your own tiered tray. Now I'm going to get the wood glue on, and it's now in England here, our weather is just changing because it's now April 2022, and we are looking forward to summer. And this tiered tree has been lovely. I've decorated it for autumn, I decorated it for Christmas, I am decorating it now for Easter, and it is absolutely beautiful. Whatever you put on it, it's fantastic. So I am going to I'm showing you here the type of glue that I'm using. I am going to stop yammering on for a little while and let you just see what I'm doing. I'll be back shortly. So again, I'm repeating much of the same steps that I went through with my bonus mini 2-tiered tray, and I am just sticking all of my wooden beads around the edge of my wooden circle. And after I've completed going round this circle, I will then apply Gorilla Wood glue to the tops of my beads, and I will sandwich them with another wooden circle. The mistake that I made here was, rather than sticking my wooden beads with that hole that comes through the middle down flat, so that it would create a better surface for my wooden circle rounds to stick to, I stuck them on the side, which is what I need to do for the top tier that won't be sandwiched between two wooden circles, because for the top tier the beads will be exposed, there won't be a wooden circle on top. So this will be the perfect way to, and the perfect position to stick the wooden beads in for an exposed tier. But for the tiers that we're going to be sandwiching these wooden beads between two wooden rounds, circles, they could very easily be stuck with the hole pointing upright.
I guess I really don't know what Christmas is all about. Isn't there anyone who knows what Christmas is all about? I can tell you what Christmas is all about.
Chestnuts roasting, Jack Frost nipping at your nose. So I'm offering this simple phrase. Although it's been said many times, many ways, Merry Christmas to you.
Oh yay, I've finally finished my first large wooden circle. I finished attaching all of the lovely wooden beads around the edge of the circle, and what I found is, as I've said before with my bonus mini tray, is that when I put the Gorilla wood glue down first, even if it sits exposed to the air for just a little while, even for a few short minutes, it becomes just tacky enough to hold the beads in place while you continue to work and continue to make your project. So it works really well, because the first time that I ever made one of these wooden bead trays, I put the wood glue on each individual bead as I went round, but I find if you just lay it down and leave it, it begins to get just a little bit tacky. So it really does help to hold the beads in place as you're sticking them on. So now, as you can see, I am putting the top wood round on, so it's resting on the beads, and now I've sandwiched these lovely wooden beads in between two wooden rounds, and I have made one of the levels for my 4-tiered tray. Easy peasy. So the next thing for me to do is make another level, because this will form the very bottom level of my tiered tray.
Chestnut roasting, Jack Frost nipping at your nose. So I'm offering a sample phrase. Although it's been said many times, many ways, Merry Christmas.
So now I'm going to put my first wooden sandwich to the side while I work on my next level. Now, realizing my mistake on the last tier that I made, I am now turning the beads in the way that I mentioned before, with the holes pointing upwards and downwards, so that it creates a flatter surface for my wooden round to rest on. So I really do enjoy, funny enough, gluing these wooden beads onto this round. It is just so calming, so relaxing, so therapeutic seeing it all come together. I know it might not be as relaxing watching, but it is lovely to do, and making sure everything is even. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to just continue gluing on my wooden beads until I make it all the way round my wooden circle.
anyways, Merry Christmas to you.
I'm now just making sure that all of my beads are as straight and even and positioned where they should be, and now I am going to apply some more Gorilla Wood glue, and I will put on the wooden round that creates the lovely sandwich. That's what I call it. I'm sandwiching the circle of beads in between two wooden rounds to make the next tier for my tiered tray. So as soon as I'm finished with this second tier, well, this tier will actually be the base tier of the tiered tray, because you'll see when I pop the top round on, it's got the legs that I put on, and then after that we've got two more tiers to do, and the other two tiers are smaller wooden rounds. So just stick with me, because the end result of this 4-tiered, and yes, let me remind you, 4-tiered tray is absolutely amazing.
I guess I really don't know what Christmas is all about. Isn't there anyone who knows what Christmas is all about? I can tell you what Christmas is all about.
These 3 wooden rounds that you see here will now form the final 2 tiers of my 4-tiered tree. Now, one of the tiers will mimic the 2 previous tiers that I had made, that feature the wooden round with beads stuck around the edge of the round, and another wooden round sandwiched on top, and then the very top tier will just feature the wooden round with beads stuck around the edge, no sandwich on top. And these last 2 tiers are completed really quickly. It's just a really lovely DIY to do, and I do hope that at least some of you will give it a go. But while I'm here, let me tell you thank you so much for popping on to spend some time with me here on Nadine's 360 Living. We really do appreciate you, and I'm really glad that I could finally post this video, because as I mentioned before, it has been in the making for such a very long time, but I didn't want to scrap it. I wanted to share it with you, and in this lovely year 2022 I will be attempting to make different versions of this tiered tray, because I really do love it, and I have really caught the tiered tray bug, because I have got so many tiered trays around my house, and I find that it's so much easier to find a style of tiered tray that you really like and try to find a way to make it, because it's more cost effective. You get the joy and the benefit of doing your own arts and crafts. It's really enriching. It really helps me as a mom to carve out that little bit of time for myself doing something that I really love. I really love DIY. So how are all of you out there? How are you doing? You know, how are you managing? What plans have you got for summer 2022, which is nearly upon us, because time is flying so fast. The months are passing by so quickly. So what plans have you got? Do drop me a comment in the comment section below and let me know what you have got planned for summer 2022. I'm always looking for new ideas of things to do with the children, to keep them smiling and engaged and excited and just joyful. Here in the UK, our summer is not as long as summers in other countries, but we love every last bit of our great British summer. So I do hope that you enjoy the rest of this video. I'll pop right back in a little while.
I guess I really don't know what Christmas is all about. Isn't there anyone who knows what Christmas is all about? I can tell you what Christmas is all about.
Chestnuts roasting, Jack Frost nipping at your nose. So I'm offering this simple phrase. Although it's been said many times, many ways, Merry Christmas to you.
And yay! My final sandwich wooden round tier is complete, and now you're seeing the end result of my mini bonus tiered tray, and you'll soon see my 4 tiered tray. Thank you so much for sticking till the end of this video, and I do hope that you'll consider subscribing to my channel and do tap the notification bell so that you'll not miss any of my uploads. Thank you so much. God bless you. Love you all so much. You are beautiful. You are special. Take care and keep choosing joy. Bye.